Hey, what's up, guys? It's Phoenix from Rise Again Vintage here, back with another collection video. Today's episode is gonna be a little bit different, but I'm enjoying this, man. We got the homie Josh here from Vintage.Rescue. Say what's up to the people, man.
How's it going?
Sweet. So, how long you been collecting?
Like a couple years now.
Yeah.
Kind of off and on. Last summer I was like really serious about it, but I'm back up at school and there's no thrifts around there. So yeah.
So you said you go to school upstate New York,
Upstate
right?
New York,
so there's like nothing
Nothing.
over there.
It's
So when
dead.
you come back to Iowa, you're like, yes, finally some thrift store
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Sick, man. And is there like any specialty of what you like to collect?
Lately I've been big into like Nirvana.
Okay.
Trying to get as many of those as I can. Harley isn't like something else I've been looking into. But pretty much everything that I collect is like music related.
Okay.
Not necessarily everything I listen to.
Yeah. Just like, because sometimes it could be a band that you don't listen to, but like the graphics are like so
Exactly,
sick,
yeah,
and it's like the artwork,
Yeah.
For sure, man. Well, glad to have you on. We've been talking about doing this for a while, and I'm excited about this, man. So let's get into it.
Awesome.
All right, so we're starting off with some Creed here.
Creed, yeah. So 99 Creed on the All Sport tag. This was like the first like real shirt that I thrifted.
Yeah.
I found it at like a small Goodwill in Geneseo in Illinois.
Nice.
And this is how I learned about like single stitching and everything. 'Cause it's like single stitch, but yeah. Used to make fun of my dad for listening to Creed.
Creed's
so.
a stuff, man. Like people,
Yeah.
can you take me higher, bro? Like, there's good music from Creed, man. Come on.
Okay, so the next like 4 here I got in one haul. So in New York, I met this guy who was a band manager in the 80s, and he kind of texted me. He was like, "Hey, I've got like a couple tubs of shirts in my garage. Like, come on over, check them out." So I get over there, and in his garage there's a Ferrari Testarossa, like an 80s, like gunmetal gray, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So actually I got a couple mosquito heads from him, but I sold those to round 2 in Chicago. So this is what I have left. This is a 87 Too Much Joy green eggs and crack shirt.
Nice.
It's just super wild graphics. I love it. It's so funny. I always get like weird stares from old people when I wear it. So and this is from the same band. They're like a 90s like alternative band. The back is like so sick.
Wow.
It says like Mutiny on it. So like for this, apparently they like bought a van and like spray painted their logo on it and like jumped it off a cliff as like promo for their album. So
That's the best way to promote it. Let's jump this van off of a cliff real quick and they'll buy the CDs.
Then we got 80s Overkill with like the sick back on that. Like it's got like the definition on there. Just super sick piece. Like so faded. It's like super soft.
Are you a big fan of like faded t-shirts, the shirts, all that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I like when you can kind of like tell that it's vintage just by like wearing it. Yeah. Then he had a bunch of Hendrix shirts. This is like the last one I have left. It's like a kind of like psychedelic print with
that's
the
great.
voodoo child on the shirt.
Those colors pop so much. I haven't seen something like that from before.
Yeah, and whenever I bartend and we have like a black light night, this is like always a shirt that I wear for that. Yeah, because like between the white and like the crazy colors, it just pops like crazy.
So with those tees, like,
Yeah.
how is that feeling? Like when you're like, yo, I got some damn tees, and like you don't know what to expect. Then you see the Ferrari, and you're like,
well,
it's about to be real.
Like, because I was kind of worried because there were like some really good tees in there, so I was expecting him to kind of come up with a lot, but he was not like strapped for cash, So he was like, whatever you want. Like I don't wear them anymore. So
That's low.
So I'm gonna meet up with him after I go back to school.
Okay.
So we'll see. He says he has more stuff.
That's awesome.
So this is all some Rolling Stones right here. Got 97 Bridges to Babylon.
Nice.
That on there. So
I've never seen that one before. I've seen the other one with like the lion and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was like the hammered. I scooped this on Depop for like $20 shipped.
Nice.
I remember that was.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to find like steals on Depops nowadays,
I know,
like versus a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like that's like I used to do that a lot with like Grailed and Depop. I just sort by new all the time. This one I got in a trade with Austin 515 Vintage. I think he showed this on your show. Yeah, when he had it.
Oh damn, I forgot about it.
Yeah, this one's sick. I don't know, like really good fade on it, like just insane. Yeah.
The graphic, like the perfect fade with like a little bit on the bottom there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
all
awesome.
the bleach and everything. This is one of the oldest ones I have, I think. It's a 81 Rolling Stones. Pretty sure it's a bootleg, but the back is just insane.
That's crazy.
So it's got like this whole like collage, like tattoo, So I think this is like at the Madison Square Garden,
Yeah, it definitely looks like a parking lot or a leg, but like
it's like made in Pakistan.
sometimes those designs are like better than like the normal.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like that'd be a crazy fit. Like
it's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. It fits really weird because it's so old, but like I love that one. Got Offspring.
Nice.
Classic. I remember my dad used to play this album when we'd like drive it to like go camping and stuff.
The camping. That's the camping album.
Thought it was like so cool because like we never listened to music that had like swear words in it.
Nice.
What else? Got some 9 Inch Nails pieces. This one, I don't even know what year this is. It's like things falling apart.
That's like perfect. I love that.
Yeah,
neck,
the
like,
distress is insane.
when it starts to
like separate like
that's
that.
crazy.
Yeah. And then I got like some paint stains and everything. Like this is like I think like the perfect amount of distressing for me.
Because there's like sometimes it's too much and sometimes it's like just like a hole, and it's not really distressing. It's just like a hole on the t-shirt. You know what I mean?
But it's just kind of like all over, and like the hems are like all
that's
frayed.
crazy.
So
That's wild.
yeah, I like that one.
Are you a big like 9 Inch Nails fan, or like what do you listen to kind of like usually?
I kind of rotate between like rap, alternative, like a lot of grunge, and then some, I do listen to like 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, like Death Grip, some of the heavier stuff too sometimes, but another one, this is a 94 Now I'm Nothing with like the black puffy print. I don't even know if that's gonna show up on there.
Big old pickup.
Yeah.
The puff print, like it's crazy.
So crazy.
I've seen that one like once before. It's just crazy.
I think I picked this up at a flea market for $20.
Nice.
Yeah.
Getting the $20.
That's crazy. I know.
Wild.
That's like my limit for finding stuff. But yeah, this one's sick. I don't know. Yeah, I think Tony's been after this one for a while. He's been trying to get it from me.
Funny enough, we just showed an episode, but it was the homie Michael. Like he has that tee too.
Oh,
it's the only 2 times I've seen this t-shirt has been within the course of this month. Like it's crazy.
Let's see, another 9 Inch Nails, Downward Spiral.
It's classic.
Like the poop looking shirt.
Yeah.
This one's wild. No tag, but I love how it fits. Like again, like the hems are just all like messed up. It's great.
Just
holes right there.
It's the best. Like when it starts to get to that stressing point. Now, like if you had like a close to dead stock t-shirt or like something that's like brand new, are you like down to like just wear it a bunch of times to like get that distress and everything?
I mean, I feel like you have to. Like, I don't know, because I feel like with vintage, like there's only kind of 2 ways you can like display that, is either through the design of it or through like the natural wear. And I feel like if it doesn't have at least one of those 2, then like it doesn't like appeal to me. So
what do you think about like the because there are people out there that kind of like do the fading and distressing like themselves, you know what I mean? Like I've heard they're like seeing so many crazy things. Like what do you feel about those?
I think it can look cool, but I think like the best way is just like naturally, like that's just how it works.
That's how I feel too.
I'm down for like other customs. I think I have like a tie-dyed one in here, but
Nice.
We go 92 Lollapalooza. It's like an iconic one. And this is actually back when it was like a touring show, so it's on a Canadian tag. It was probably their stop in like Toronto or something. So
that's crazy. Such a good lineup. Like imagine going to that concert with that lineup. Like and that's just like the main stage. Like
I know.
I'm not even thinking what else is like on there. Like
what like up and coming bands came. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I go to Lollapalooza like every year here.
Oh,
so
nice.
I love it.
Where'd you grab that one at?
I think that was an eBay find.
Nice.
This one was $1. It's I think like the cheapest one I have. It's a '79 Mississippi River Jam.
That's crazy.
But the headliners on there are insane. Like AC/DC, Heart, Nazareth, UFO, TKO. Like some really great like classic rock like pretty early into their careers. So yeah, I've had this hanging on my wall. It's like unwearable.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes you get.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about like like dry rock tees or like tees that are like in there. Like I wanted to just get like a bunch and like cut it up and like maybe frame it or like because it's just that's an art piece at the end of the day.
That's what I feel like. Yeah, like all this wear and everything. Like you just can't replicate that.
Have you ever tried to wear it?
I tried it on when I got it, but oh man, yeah, it's crazy. Let's see, got a '94 Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon, and this is the one with the dates on the back.
Yeah.
Like usually I don't see those as often.
Usually just the logo on the front. And
yeah, I got this from some guy who like went to the concert actually. So like '94.
Those are always my favorites. Like like oh I went to this concert, but I have no use for the T-shirt. Like you want to grab it? And it's like oh yeah I'll grab it.
Every time I bought a Pink Floyd shirt from someone who went to the concert, they always say, "Oh yeah, it was great." Like what I remember of it, because they're all so high at the time. Like, it's so.
It's
funny.
like that Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
It's like I mean I remember the T-shirt, but I don't remember anything else like going on.
They all say that. Oh my god. Here's a Pink Floyd bootleg. I think this is like one of the favorite shirts that I own. It's like a $25 Depop find.
Crazy.
Oh my god, it's insane. Like the cut, like the
Yeah.
tag, It's so wild. And I love the kind of like psychedelic font on there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes those parking lot or like bootleg tees are just like
They hit different.
right?
This one I got from Vice actually. This is like
Oh yeah.
like Satan is a poo-poo.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like some church made it or something.
We love Jesus on this
Actually I wore this to round 2 when I brought in those mosquito heads to sell, and like I think the guys are like more excited about this than like when I brought it. I'm sick.
Speaking of round 2, because you mentioned it, how was your experience like going there? Like you see it on the show and things like that. So I'm always curious, like the personal, like actual, like experience, like going through it.
Yeah.
How's the prices? Like, did you trade some stuff?
Actually no, I didn't trade anything because like their prices are like pretty high what they're selling for, but that also means like if you're selling to them, you're gonna get more for it. So it's kind of a toss up. I don't know. Like the guys were super chill. We talked to them for like a while. Like they were taking down like display pieces. Like they had a bunch of those like cause bears up, and they had like a V-Lone one that was like 101. And I was like checking it out, and he just like took it down. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, let's mess around. So they're super cool. But
That's awesome.
so I've been there like 3 times. Probably gonna go
again
sometime.
Well, now it's in Chicago, so like
so
if you go to like Lala, like it's right
Exactly,
there. Like you just go. Nice.
Yeah, I've been to the one in New York though. People were not as nice.
No. Is it like a New York thing? Or
I think
like
it's a New York thing. It's just how it works. But let's see. Next up, we got this camel.
Nice.
Wish you were here thing. Then this one, it was like really stained when I got it, and I put it in the OxyClean. Didn't totally take care of it. So I tie-dyed it and I like tried to match the colors to like the graphic, and I think it turned out so sick.
Yeah, I love the colors on that.
Like one of my favorites.
It goes so. I remember when you posted that too, and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy!" Like, I like these kind of like customs on like T-shirts when people, especially in the summer, like that's an easy like tee, that's such a summer tee.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, no, and I feel like with like the cigarette shirts, like they're kind of like a dime a dozen. Like they did so many of them, so I think it's kind of cool to have one that like stands out from the rest.
And like do something different with it, because everyone like I just found that one actually, and like. It's stained up too. I might have to hit you up for the custom tie. But no, it's you do see a lot, but like the designs are still like I love Camel over Marlboro because like it just seems like a lot of their designs were kind of like simple, and Camel tried to like do different things.
Let's see. So now we got some biker tees. This is like an '80s one. It's like helmet laws suck. Let those who ride decide.
Nice.
The back on there.
I love that.
This one's just so great. It's like paper thin, super like boxy. Like I don't know, it's just so wild.
Is that kind of like one of your favorite fits, like a box kind of thing?
Yeah, like super like light and drapey. Like if I can find it. This one's just weird. If I found it on like eBay or something, I was like so morbid I had to buy it. Then this one my girlfriend got me when she was in Austin, Texas. It was like my first 3D emblem. So it's
wow.
just insane. Yeah, I've never seen this one before. It's just like super wild. Like
It's usually a lot of times like always with like some sort of like, you know, animal or like, you know, like things like that, or just like letters. So that's kind of crazy to find.
Looks like it'd be made by like Easy Riders or something. But
Yeah, that's what I was feeling.
It's like 88.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, never getting rid of this one. Let's see, this is another pickup from Vice. 91 Metallica.
Nice.
Black Album. So one's pretty sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, again, like I know they came out like made to look faded, and this one you can tell like it's got like a lot more. But yeah, I got some holes here and there. But yeah, I love this. Such a good shirt. And the bottom was ripping, so I tried to sew it up, and then the stitching came undone. So it's just I don't know. It's
just
a
let
weird
it go.
vibe.
Yeah, just crop top it. You know?
So that was a classic. This one I found like a couple weeks ago actually, at a Goodwill in Kiwani.
I swear, like you've been finding like the tees in the most like where the hell is
Yeah,
that? Like,
you gotta drive out there to find it. It was like 89, and it was right on the rack next to a Guns N' Roses reprint. So I like skipped by it, and then I was like, wait a second, that tag looks like So
that's funny.
This one's sick. I think I've had some offers on it, but I don't really know what I want to do with it yet. But yeah.
Sometimes that's like, you know, you find it, and it's like the thrifting of it too. It's like, man, I thrifted it. I don't know if I'm gonna sell that piece or whatever. Like,
cause like
what's
I got it for like $4.
Yeah.
It's like
What's one that you regret selling that you thrifted?
Oh man, so many honestly. 87 Pink Floyd.
Oh.
I got one. I sold it. And I came across another one, and I was like, I'll hold on to this. Like, I have another one now, and then I sold that. So yeah, if I come across another one, I'm gonna hold on to it for sure. But yeah, this is my only rap tee. Also from Vice. Just picked this up a few weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Cypress Hill, 92.
Nice.
Super wild. Yeah, I don't know. Little trivia fun fact actually. So his hats has like drawers on that.
Mm-hmm.
That was DC Skating before they changed
Oh,
their name.
wow.
It was like Drawers Company, yeah. So I noticed that when I was looking at it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's got two like crazy things over it. It's wild.
And love the back.
Yeah.
Something to like offend the old people.
Yeah.
Again, but yeah.
It's my favorite. I like the shirts that like, you know, turn heads, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then when you go thrift and you think about it, like a lot of thrift stores are like very religious. So, like I remember like the what was it, the crow t-shirt that I wear that to like I get so many like turn heads for like it's my favorite. I bet they love the Satanist poo poo though.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Fight the good fight. Okay, this one I picked up over the weekend while I was in Chicago.
Wow.
It's like 80s Aussie like bootleg. The graphics are like super wild. I'm gonna hold that up. It's like super crazy. But yeah, so yeah, this guy had like a bunch more. He had some Nirvana bootlegs and stuff, but I don't know. They were all like super small because they were all printed on like these 80s like screen stars.
Yeah, screen stars are so like you like that's an XL and like
it's like no, as soon as I watched it, it's like barely gonna fit.
Like a triple X is like a large. Like it's crazy. Like the quality of t-shirts and like when they shrink through wash, like it's wild.
Yeah, but I mean I don't know. I've listened to Black Sabbath like forever. I had a bunch of their albums like, and I didn't have any Aussie tees, so I was like, you know what, like I might as well get it. But it sounds so sick. Some Marilyn Manson. This one's just faded like crazy.
Yeah.
No back print on it, unfortunately, but yeah, I love like the cracking.
Yeah.
Like it's such a cool shirt.
And then it's just starting to go like
like on there. Like, I think that one's getting on it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, no, love it.
You a big Manson fan?
Yeah. I think like for music and also just kind of like as a pop culture icon, like he was just such a crazy dude.
Surely did not like give a shit about what people thought, like, and that's awesome.
Yeah, this is my Marilyn Manson like Grail, and I just got it actually. The back on there. Again, I was walking around Hy-Vee the other day, and I forgot I had this on. And I kept getting like weird looks from people.
Like, what the hell are people looking at me for?
It's
like
this one's so crazy. Like it's kind of like ripping in between like the letters and like
it's like perfect.
his face is just like it looks like a negative image almost because of like how much it's faded. Yeah. But yeah, this one, it's just so sick, like super light and drapey. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But,
It's a beautiful fade to it also.
I love it, yeah. So that one, I feel like I got a pretty good price for it. I paid like $70, which like, I mean, in better condition, I was go for like upwards of like $2, so I was happy. Okay, so here's my Nirvana stuff. Kurt Cobain Memorial Tee. This is like my pickup, yeah. Yeah, no, I saw this, it came up for a pretty good price, so I had to get it, like.
All of his tees and like Nirvana tees are like shooting up so much that it's like if you see it for a good price, you gotta grab it. Like there's no way.
And I was, I mean, I had to, like, cause I don't think they're gonna go down anytime soon either.
It's only on the way up.
It's such a sick shirt, like, just super wild.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite like memorial tees. Is, like,
I agree. Yeah, actually, I had a Jimi Hendrix like memorial tee too, and I had like a 27 Club thing. Like I was gonna try to add some more people. But yeah, this one's crazy. And then my other Nirvana is the 93 Incesticide on the giant tag, which it's kind of hard to find those on. Usually they're on the anvil. So I actually, when I went to that guy's barn with the Ferrari, I found the 86 Red Hot Chili Peppers. But it was like a size large on like an 80s like Hanes tag, so it was pretty small. So I ended up trading it for this one. I'm super happy with that. Yeah.
And then especially like speaking of prices going up, like these shot up like in the past year. So like definitely hold on to that one.
No, and I love it because it's like Kurt's like artwork and everything. Like it's just so.
Again, it's like one of those T-shirts that like it's like a nice T-shirt to have, but it's also an art piece. It's
exactly.
Like, it's like his work, so
So
you could either you could wear it or you could frame it. Like it's
it's
really awesome.
I love that. All right, and then the last one here, I pulled it the bins like a couple weeks ago. First I saw it, thought it was like an old like Jesus tee, so I tossed it back, and I was like, wait a second, did that say it? I think it said, and it's 89 The Cure.
Wow.
Just totally thrashed, like basically.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, like so I patched up like the sleeve on there, patched up the front and the back. But I tried to keep like all the small holes just to kind of keep the vibe. But yeah,
that's crazy.
This one's so wild. This is gonna be like a summer tee for sure. But probably like the rarest piece I found at the bins, even though it's in like this condition.
But still to find it at the bins.
Yeah,
is, like,
exactly.
Pretty awesome. Like I feel like the bins and like has grown so much. I know we've all talked about it like a lot, but the reason why it's grown so much is because you can find stuff like that.
Exactly. And
versus
this like cost me like 50 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Like the profits are too good, and then even if you're keeping it, like it's
sick.
It's awesome. Yeah. All right, man. So we want to thank you for coming on. Definitely appreciate it. Sick collection. I honestly didn't even know you had all that. So like that's crazy. Every single one, I was like, oh, he's got that. He's got that. Like that's crazy. But before you go, I want to see your top 5 in your collection. I know it might be hard, man.
Yeah.
I just really want to see it. So let's get into it. All right, man. So looking into your top 5, what we got?
Starting off, probably this Too Much Joy, Green Eggs and Crack.
Nice.
I love the like cover art. I actually started listening to the band because of this. I didn't even know who they were. I just picked it up because I thought it was sick.
That's awesome.
And I listen to them a lot. It's really really good. So second one, probably this Pink Floyd bootleg.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think my favorite band. Honestly, like I've listened to them for so long. I play like a lot of their songs on guitar and stuff. Like I really like them.
Nice.
And this is just. Like, I don't think I've ever seen one with this print. Like, this is just such a weird bootleg.
Usually it's like different, like, because you've seen the actual logo like all the time, but like you don't actually see like one with that bright colors too, and like that back's like wild.
So this is definitely one of my favorites. It's Marilyn Manson, of course. Like I've been after this one for so long, and I finally got it in the mail, and I was just so psyched. So. Yeah, I've worn this so many times since I got it. Like the letters like weren't even that ripped when I got it, and now they're like coming apart. But
creating your own distress.
Again, another one I've been after for a while, the Incesticide. One of my favorite albums, like my favorite band of all time. So just it feels nice to be able to like wear that. And then the memorial tee as well, just because it was like my first Nirvana piece. I think one of the, like, for the longest time, it was like the best thing I had in my collection. Like, yeah, I just.
Nice. I mean, you can't go wrong with Kurt, Nirvana.
Exactly.
Definitely, I can see why that would be your top five for sure. Well, again, we want to thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Where can they follow you at? What are you looking for? Plug yourself in.
My Instagram is Vintage.Rescue. Same thing on my Depop, my Grailed. Any Nirvana stuff. God, honestly, more Nine Inch Nails, more Marilyn Manson. Hit me up. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for coming on.
Awesome, yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I do want to thank Josh from Vintage.Rescue for coming on. Definitely appreciate it. He had such a crazy collection, such amazing finds, because some of those were thrifted. Like, I mean, I don't even know what I would have done if I would have found some of that stuff. Definitely go check him out too. He does sell vintage at Vintage.Rescue. I want to say on Depop, so check him out. He's got a bunch of heat, really good prices too. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. You can follow me on Instagram at RiseAgainVintage. You can follow anything Rise Again Media related. Definitely check that out. It's going to be at Rise Again Create. That's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'll let you know every time I upload on YouTube, podcast, just everything. Definitely check it out. And like I said, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I can't wait. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I might do a collection video of my own, who knows, a giveaway. We're gonna do some crazy stuff. So again, I wanna thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.